Those of you that are single and searching, the interview I'm about to have right now definitely inspire you. Some of you might be in situations where you feel like you'll never have your own partner. Maybe because of how you look or because of your circumstances. You might just be wrong. The man you are seeing on my screen right now, he's currently blind, but he was not always this way. This man was attacked by bandits. They shot him in the eyes and he lost his sight. He thought that life had ended for him. But what he did not know that he was going to end up with a beautiful and supportive wife like the woman you are currently seeing on my screen. This couple has an amazing love story. In fact, they are no longer in Nigeria. They are now residing in Canada with their beautiful, lovely children. This is their story.
I was feeling pain to the extent that I begged the policeman to shoot me. I begged him. I just wanted the pain to stop. It was too much.
I had this feeling that sure you will not leave this person like this. Thank God you people were not cooking in good time when it happened. I had to gauge myself that do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person because of pity?
Hi. We are the Waziris. My name is Tommy, and with me is my amazing, extraordinary wife,
Anu Waziri.
I may be a blind person, but this woman has made life so easy for me. I mean, she makes life so simple for me. She's so amazing. She's been very supportive financially, physically, emotionally. She's just so 1 in a billion, baby.
Yes, my husband has been the best thing that has happened to me.
This is our story.
Oh my goodness. I mean, look at you guys. Your relationship looks so beautiful. Your husband is in a situation like this and he's so happy. How did this love story start?
So it started when we were quite young. We were teenagers. I was 15, she was 13. I had never dated before. So she was that lady I saw for the first time, and I was like, wow, you know. How did it happen? We were at a mutual friends party. So our friend was my friend. So it was always this first of the year, the January 1st party. I went to that my friend's party, and she was there. So I went there, I met her, and I saw her sitting. And you know, it was like all these Indian movies. I just saw her. I said, which kind of beautiful baby is this? You know, and we couldn't just take our eyes off each other. For the first time, I would stare at a lady that way. I didn't even dance. I love dancing. So I just sat down and we're just looking at each other like hours on that.
Yes,
you know,
and
so that's how we met.
and
Yeah.
he was a shy person, like he couldn't say anything. He was just looking at me, and then yeah. So
What were you thinking when he was staring at you?
you said what?
What were you thinking when you noticed he was staring at you? And how old were you then?
Okay, I was 13, like you said. I was 13 years old. I was still in secondary school. Yeah, I think I just got to secondary school then when we met.
Okay, so when you noticed he was staring at you, what was running through your mind? Did you feel that connection?
Because
too?
I was still young, and then I was just staring too. We were both staring at each other. I really do not understand more because I was still very young then. But
So you did not feel any connection?
movies. Yeah, so but I've watched movies, and then I understood what that was, but I don't know. we were just staring at each other. Yes.
Oh wow, interesting. So how then did you guys proceed from staring at each other to becoming actual couples? Tell us the entire story, please. Do not try to sugarcoat anything or try to just tell it the way it happened.
Okay, so that day I remember reaching out at the end of the party. I remember reaching out to that our mutual friend, and I said, do you know this girl? Do you know so girl? I described her. She has pointed nose. She's so pretty. That my friend knew already who I was talking about. So he got to your number. I was so shy. Like I said, this was my first experience, you know, asking a lady out or trying to talk to a lady. So I got her number. I couldn't even call the first day. So as we started calling, we were doing extra cool back then. We used to talk to each other. We were both raised by single parents, so we're this get inside kids. So we didn't really see each other physically, but we always talked on phone. Like at night we talk, I love you, all the all the romantic things and all of that. And in fact, to the extent that me that I don't like going out before, anytime my mom sends me to go and buy fuel, I always want to reject it. I always throw it to my brother. But this time I wanted to go out because anytime I go out, I would always want to see her at the balcony. So I'll call her, I'll say, babe, or yeah, come to the balcony, just to see her face. There was no physical contact. It was just that the love, we couldn't explain it. So what happened eventually was that at that time, our mom was struggling financially, so they had to move from the neighborhood. I was heartbroken. I was listening to Westlife. I'll be crying. So long story short, when they moved, we're very young teenagers. We didn't know that much. We're not matured. So we were just connected on Facebook. We're not really dating. There was no really official asking out. So at this point, we were growing. We're getting matured. I had relationships, failed relationships. She had failed relationships. So about 10 years later, I was in a relationship that didn't work. The lady I was dating then was cheating, so I was heartbroken again, and all of a sudden the person that came to my mind after like a week, healing from that relationship, the person that just came to my mind was her. Because during those 10 years period, we used to talk once in a year, sometimes twice in a year, so we just check up on each other. And I was just going through my Facebook Messenger that day. I saw her name. Something just said send her a message. And that was how we started chatting. The love started
How
growing
old were you at
again.
this point now?
Sorry, come again.
How old were you at this point now?
So I was at her 28. No, 27.
27. Okay, then how old was she?
No, you're not 20.
No, I was 26 because we got this happened to me when I was 27. Yes,
Okay.
I was 26. She was 24.
And what about
Yeah.
her? 24. Okay.
Yes. So so that was how we started chatting on Messenger. We exchanged WhatsApp number, and we just started flowing. And the next thing I did, I asked out, and I cannot forget. The restaurant we went to was KFC at Ikeja City Mall. I can never forget. So that was how we started dating again. At this time, we started planning towards, spending the rest of our life with each other. So that was how it happened.
Wow, that's beautiful, honestly. Now I'm curious, in the midst of all the stories, something that is missing right now. I mean, looking at you right now, you have lost your sight. I'm curious how this event happened. I mean, in the midst of this story you are telling, I would like to know how this happened. Did it happen after you guys started dating or before you guys started dating?
It happened. So we started dating like towards the ending of 2018.
Yeah.
So 2019 was when it happened. I was attacked by armed bandits at so it happened September 12th, 2019. I picked up a rider. I was driving as an Uber driver. So I picked up a rider at 1004 Estate on the island. So like every other day, picked up my kids that morning. I didn't know I was going to come back home a blind person. So it turned out that we started the trip. I was heading towards the mainland. I asked the rider if I should use the Google Maps. So she said yes. So the Google Map took us through Eko Bridge, Akpokmo Bridge. It's known as, some people call it Eko, some people call it Akpokmo Bridge. And that was where we were accosted by two young men. And both of them were looking into the car suspiciously, and it's almost like I knew that something wrong was going to happen. Something was about to happen, because they passed the car and they stopped behind my car. So I was already panicking because I've heard from other drivers, a lot happens on that bridge, and all of that. People get robbed. And it was at that time it dawned on me that it's like something is about to happen right now. And before I knew it, within a minute, those guys came back to the side of my door. The other one was asking my rider. There was a rider in my car, obviously. So she was behind my own seat. So that one was asking for her phone and everything. She had her laptop, her belongings. The other one that was beside my window pointed a gun at my face. That's the first time I will experience such in my life. I experienced being, accosted by an armed robber, a robber. I was in shock. I just, my heart sunk in. I was scared. So immediately I knew that I had to keep my rider safe. So I made that decision immediately to reach out to my phone, which was at my right side, and obviously the door is at my left side. So my vision was away from him. I looked towards my phone, picked up my phone, was about to wind down, looked to the button that I pressed to wind down. Then I looked up at him and bang! So I passed out immediately. I regained consciousness. I don't know how long I was out. But I regained consciousness to hearing my rider screaming. My passenger was screaming. Oh my God, they just shot my driver. It didn't first dawn on me because I was thinking it was somebody that it happened to outside. But because that shock of the gunshot to my face, because it was this local gun, it's little pellets. So it spread and hit me on my face from the glass. It shot through the glass. So I remember I was hearing her screaming, oh my God, help us. They just shot my driver, blah, blah, blah. So I could still hear that concussion sound. Now then it now turned, I now realized that the person shouting that they just shot my driver is in my car. It was now that time that everything started to arrange. I was wondering where are all the cars in front of me. I didn't see any lights. I now touched my eyes and I realized that there was blood everywhere, my face. I could now start feeling blood coming out of my nose. So sorry.
So sorry, sir.
So I remember that. So long story short, I remember that the rider, I told her to go get help, and she came down from the car. Luckily for her, she was able to get the attention of another Uber driver. So she got into the car. By the time they got down to the bridge, they saw some policemen who were already coming towards my direction. So within that time, I was up alone by myself, and I was losing a lot of blood. I came down from the car, tried to get help. I was screaming. I climbed that asphalt, the covert in between the two lanes, and I was screaming in pidgin, in English, in Yoruba, all the language I understand. I was hearing cars pass by. I couldn't see, and I was scared for my life. I thought I was going to die that way. So it got to a time I stopped screaming, and I lay back and I said, God, please forgive me. This is how I'm going to die. Find a way to let my loved ones know I love them. Because I even tried to dial my phone at some point. I tried to press to see if I can dial any number. I couldn't see my phone. Although I can use phone now, blind people use smartphones. Many people don't know that. So long story short, those two policemen, they came after like 30 minutes. I'd already laid by, I've given up. So they picked me up. They're like, we will do this thing to this guy. We go do this kind of thing to this guy. So they picked me up into the car. At this time, I was in so much pain. My hands were already getting cold. I was feeling pain to the extent that I begged the policeman to shoot me. I begged him. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional.
No, I'm so sorry. It's okay.
I begged him. I just wanted the pain to stop. It was too much. It was too much. And so I remember that The policeman was trying to keep me awake. He was saying to me, don't sleep. I was passing out, regaining consciousness, passing out. He would shake me. So long story short, we got to military hospital at Yaba in Lagos. At that time, my mom was already waiting for me. They had already asked for my mom's number. She had driven from Oshodi to that location. My mom saw me. She fell to the ground. There was blood everywhere in the car. In fact, the doctors thought I would not even make it. By the time they checked my PCB, it was 40%. The doctor was like, how come this man is still alive? He said, Madam, he was telling my mom, Madam, if that God where they serve this God, your son's blood is at 40%, the PCB. So it was almost like God was in my case. So long story short, we moved to Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. The next day, it was there I got the shocking news of my life, Lucky. The doctors told me, I'm afraid you will not be able to see again. After checking if I can see any lights, pointing torchlights in my eyes, and they told me, I'm afraid you may not be able to see again.
Wow. You've left me speechless. This is pure tragedy. You were 27 when this experience happened. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine the pain you felt. I can't imagine how your mom received that news. Were you her only child?
No. I have 3 other siblings.
Okay. Wow, I'm so sorry. So, Ma, how did you receive this news? How did you feel when you were informed that your boyfriend had experienced something like this?
Yeah, so I was at my workplace when his brother called. Actually, when the incident happened, we were not in good terms. Like, we were having issues, like this normal boyfriend and girlfriend issue. So we have not been talking for like 2 weeks. Yeah, so when his brother called me that morning and told me, when I saw his brother's call, I thought maybe he wanted to say something about our issue. Maybe the brother has told him that we have not been in good terms or something like that. So the first thing he said was, Anu, when last did you hear from Tommy? And I was still forming this girlish, you know, we ladies, we like to form. So I was still forming. I was like, no, your brother have not been calling me. Now, the last time I spoke with your brother was I think 2 weeks ago. And it was like, Tommy was shot. The way he said Tommy was shot. I was like, shot, okay, where? How? Where did it happen? Who did he offend? And immediately I just asked him, where is the place? What hospital did they take him to? Where is he? I just wanted to go to him. Like, I just wanted to know what was happening at that time. I didn't even remember that we were having issues. I didn't remember that we were not talking before. I just wanted to go. And when I saw him, I felt so bad. Like, it was the state he was when I saw him. It was so bad. It was so terrible. Like, his whole face, nose, mouth, eyes, everything, they were swollen. Like, I think you see a bandage. I
had bandage on my eyes. Yes.
The face, they bandaged everything, and I was so shocked, and I felt really bad for him. Like, because this person is a good person. He doesn't fight. I've never heard him had issues with somebody. So I was not like, who did this to you? What happened? This thing is not supposed to happen to you because you're a good person. So I felt really bad for him, like, God. But then we can't question God. Yeah, so that was how I felt. I felt really bad. Yeah.
Someone else in your situation will just feel like, okay, this is a clue to end that relationship. I mean, after all, you guys were already having issues, and then you're coming back to see him as a different person. He's no longer the person you used to know anymore. I can tell you that a lot of people will just say, this is a sign from God. I was never meant to be with this person. So I'm curious, what kept you going? I mean, to see the reality of you guys being couples right now. I'm curious how you kept that relationship going.
Okay, so I always tell people that I will not lie that when it happened, I had this feeling that sure you will not leave this person like this. Thank God you people were not cooking in good time when it happened. But then I always find myself going back to him. Like, he was in the hospital for like how many months? We were in the hospital for I think 2 months or 3 months.
I think it was about 2 months.
2 months, yeah. So I always find myself going back to the hospital to visit him. So anytime I go today, I will tell myself that I'm not coming back tomorrow. I don't think I'll be coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll find myself going back again. Repeatedly, I kept going and going and going. And then even until they discharged him from the hospital, I kept going to his house.
And surprisingly, my mom liked her.
Yeah,
I was so surprised.
Yeah, so I found myself going back to him every time. And it was at that point that I realized that I don't think I want to leave this person. So I got to a point that I had to gauge myself that, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person because of pity or because I love him? So I got to a point that I realized that I love him. So I'm not going to spend the rest of my life with him because I want to pity him because of his condition, but because I love him genuinely. So So
now, how did your family and friends react to this decision?
So luckily for me, my family didn't even give me any tough time. Yeah, so there was no negative response from my family, from my siblings. There was nothing like that. When I told my sister said, why not go and tell mommy now, let your mom know this is what you want to do, and let's hear from her. Yeah, so I told my mom, and my mom response was like, if it's somebody that I love, why not? That a lot of people are married, they are married with a husband that have 2 eyes, and they are not enjoying their marriage. If this is the person that will make me happy in marriage, why not go for him? So that was it.
There was no contention
at all.
Wow, this is a beautiful love story. I mean, I feel like if you're watching this video right now, I mean, you also have to pause and reflect. Not just put yourself in the man's position, but put yourself in the woman's position. What would you have done? And to be honest, what she did was natural. Because the human's mind is so intelligent that it always tries to run away from danger, from threats, from uncomfortable situation. So to her, seeing him in that situation was uncomfortable. She felt that, no, I don't think I can cope with something like this. But somehow, her heart was saying something entirely different. And the more she was going to see him, the more she realized that maybe the situation isn't that so bad after all, right? So why am I even saying all this? It's not as if I was there with them, but I'm just trying to paint an imagery so you guys can understand this perfectly. But it's a beautiful thing to see what you guys have become. How many children right now?
Yeah, so we have
kids?
We have two kids, a boy and a girl.
Oh, nice. So at which point did you guys get married?
Okay, so before I talk about when we got married, let me quickly trace it back a little. I had roughly 50,000 naira in my account when this woman was suggesting to me. This was when I was still on the hospital bed. Now, this woman was suggesting to me on the hospital bed, let's get married. Yeah. And I'm like, And she knows that I'm not financially buoyant to start a marriage. And she's like, I'm like, Lucky, I kid you not. This was what I said. And I quote myself. I said, are you blind? Can't you see that I'm blind? You know, it was like joke. But at the same time, I was like, this woman is serious. And I was like, married. And she said, babe, don't start again. And long story short, you know, family, just like what she said, we talked to family, you know, eventually, you know, we got married. So this happened September 12, 2019. So we got married, just a small parlor, you know, traditional this thing. We did court wedding as well.
That same year that you got involved in this accident,
Sorry, come again.
the same year you got involved in this accident was still the same year you got married to her.
No, it was the next year.
Yeah, January.
Okay, the next year.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got married January next. So it happened September 12, 2019. We got married January 2020, 31st, January 31st, 2020.
Yeah.
So it was just awesome. You know, we started small. You know, we started with almost nothing, but God came through for us. You know, we even started. We were living in family house. You know.
Wow.
But God has just been awesome.
So how did you guys make it to Canada?
Okay, so 2020 to 2023, obviously we're in Nigeria. You know, that time living our life. God just, you know, every year, every month, God just kept on showing up for us.
Yeah.
In fact, our story was trending at that time. I think it was trending on Twitter, it was trending on social media at that time. People were hearing our stories. People heard how kind I was as a person to people. People heard our own story and they were saying, no, people were reaching out. No, we have to support this family. So we got some financial support. We moved to our own apartment at Ikorodu. We started living in Ikorodu. You know, we got our first son. You know, also, when did we give birth to Star? 2020. We got our, so my first son, his name is William. My daughter, her name is Star. I named that Star because she's my star. She's that star I don't see anymore.
Yeah.
So, long story short, we just decided that we can't stay in Nigeria because of, number one, I felt insecure because when this happened, the guy did not take the phone. Neither did they take the rider's properties. This was somebody that is working in. She's someone. From what I saw, I don't know where she's working, but for what I said, I know she's a big lady. So she had a nice laptop at the back. She was operating a laptop. So I felt like, who will do this to us and not rob her, take her belongings, rob me, do this to me, and run away? So, and I was like, I don't find trouble and all of that. So there was that thought of, okay, what if somebody is after my life or there is an enemy somewhere? I just have to be safe. I have to make my children safe, you know. And I felt like, let's leave, you know. Although she's the one that been saying, let's leave Nigeria. She didn't feel safe. Let's leave Nigeria. She kept on saying it. I think a year before we left, you know. So that was how the next year we just made the decision. You know, we started the process. In fact, we didn't have enough at that time. We shared the story of how we want to move and everything, and God sent support again. So long story short, we got support again from social media because we are very active on social media. We create content, you know, to inspire people and all of that. So people reached out, you know, and we got support and we got our visa and we moved. So
we actually came through a study visa.
The study visa, yes.
Oh, nice. So how long have you guys been there now?
So November, we arrived Canada November 24th, 2023.
November 23rd.
Okay, okay.
No, November 23rd, 2023.
2023, okay. So we arrived, so 2023 till now, that's almost 2 years. We have come almost 2 years.
So how are you guys coping? I can understand it is not be easy for you guys right now, because I'm just thinking if you're working and something's telling me your wife might be the one doing majority of the work because of the situation. So I don't know if that intuition is right. Please let me know.
Yes, so my wife is, I'm proud to say it, my wife is the sole provider of the house. I'm not ashamed. She's doing a great job and she doesn't make me feel it. She respects me as the man of the house. I love her as the woman of the house. In fact, she doesn't do this thing that his money is our money or my money. We spend money as a family. And she makes sure I make decision about finances, many things in the house, because we are Christians, right? And we follow our Christian values. So she just makes things. I'm not employed. We, like I said, we create content. That's what we do for now, and it's not been easy, I must say. It's not been easy financially. Groceries, taking care of children, feeding them is very expensive in this country.
Yeah.
People that are parents
So
here will
what
understand.
exactly does she do?
Sorry, come again.
What exactly does she do? She works.
So I'm a youth practitioner here. I work as a social worker here.
Okay, but your husband, he takes care of the home.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I had to learn how to babysit the kids at some point. When we first arrived Canada, I had to learn how to change pampers. Lucky, I changed my daughter's pampers, and I did it to the extent that I was doing it better than my wife. She testified one day.
Yeah, he's actually right.
I had to learn how to make my son's food. I had to learn how to make my daughter's food. So
Who does the general cooking?
Yes.
she cooks, obviously. Me, I don't even like kitchen.
Yeah, my husband doesn't know how to cook.
Oh,
Doesn't know how
this is
to
really
cook, so-
interesting. So, what is it like living in Canada as immigrants? Tell us the truth. Just be honest with us.
As a
How
new
is life for you
immigrant,
guys at the moment?
Let me talk. As a new immigrant, coming from Nigeria, I must say that it's because we are new. It's not going to be smooth like that. But I want to say that to me, I'm enjoying it.
God has been good.
Yeah, God has been good. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it, and that's all I can say. It's better from where we are coming from. It's better than where we are coming from.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There may just be a little challenge here and there,
Yeah.
but yeah.
What kind of challenge? Is it financial challenge? Or
Oh yes, obviously, yes. Bills, payments. See, the average Canadian will understand, right? That especially the average immigrant. See, lucky, most couples, it's the husband and wife that is working, and even at that, you struggle to pay bills. Now she's a student.
I totally understand.
You can imagine. So, but thank God for the government here is very kind to persons with disabilities. I receive disability benefits. I want to appreciate the Canadian government. I don't get that back in my country, so that also is supportive.
Yeah.
So yes, I would say it's little shades here and there, but we are managing.
Yeah.
At least we don't beg to eat. So thank God for that. Yeah.
Wow, that is really, really beautiful to hear. It's awesome. I'm sure the people who are watching you right now, maybe some of them may even decide they want to reach out to support this beautiful story and to support your journey, because I know your journey is not even going to end yet. There are so many beautiful opportunities that are waiting ahead, okay? And it's going to get better and better. That is just what you should expect. I pray that God is going to give you guys the wisdom to keep this family growing, and your story would not just be told on interviews, but it will be written in books. Maybe you guys will even attend symposiums to tell your story on stage, or it can be made into a movie, who knows. So your story is really inspiring. I mean, sitting here just listening to you guys talk about yourselves, man, I just don't know, honestly. Now I'm curious what fate awaits me too, because I mean, the idea that a man can walk through this life of over 6 point something billion people and find just one person that will look at him and say, you know what, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm going to live with you in a way that you'll never regret choosing me. I mean, that's magical. That's a miracle. And honestly, bro, I envy you, honestly. The way you talk about how your wife does a lot of things and yet she still treats you with respect. She still lets you make decisions. That is something a lot of guys don't even enjoy. They only hear about it, but to be honest, it's different for them. And I can tell you that, bro, you are blessed. You are beyond blessed. And this is not the end of everything, okay? God is going to show you more beautiful things. So beautiful that you've not even imagined them yet. Okay, I don't want this interview to be longer than necessary. If people want to support your journey, this whole story, how can they reach out to support? Please let me know. Do you have a phone number you want to call, or you would appreciate if they reach out to you on social media? I don't know. For reasons I don't usually call numbers on my interviews, because you don't know who is watching and intentions of the people who want to reach out. So I'm thinking, how can anyone support your story? Do you have an account that people can donate to if somebody wants to donate? I don't know if you accept donations. It depends. I'm just asking because I think your story is beautiful and people should, support.
And reach out on our Instagram page. It's the name of the Instagram page is Tomi_Waziri. That's T-O, although it's my own Instagram page, but people reach out to both of us through that. It's Tomi_Waziri.
So we'll put a screenshot of your page on this video. So anybody who wants to reach out to support, they can go have that conversation directly with you on your Instagram DM, right?
Yes, the DM, yes.
Okay, I just hope that people will be able to find the authentic page and there are not multiple pages about you.
Oh yes, we are also available on
Anyways,
Facebook.
I'll also tag you too on Instagram so people can locate this video and find the accounts that is tagged.
Yes, thank you so much. And Lucky, we are also available on Facebook and TikTok.
Okay, so please send this to us so we can tag you on all these platforms.
Thank you so much, Lucky. Thank you.
Thank you so much
for
Mr.
sharing
Lucky.
this amazing story. It's beautiful. I can't wait to upload this video and let people watch it. I really
thank you so much.
Thank you so
and
much.
get as many people as possible. God bless you so much.
And thank you so much, Lucky, for having us on your show. We watch your videos. You are awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing inspiring, loving stories. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. I'm hoping that someday God will give me the privilege to tell stories outside Africa. I would want to come to Canada and have a physical documentary and interview section with you guys and with many others. For now, let's keep doing it online. Thank you so much for sharing your story anyway, and God bless you. So at this juncture, we have to say bye to the viewers because of time. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot something. Do you have any advice for couples out there or anybody who might be in similar situation as you are?
Okay, so first of all, I'll say mine, then my wife will say quickly. As long as you love the person, once the love is there, don't be discouraged by the person's on a wheelchair, or the person is an amputee, or he cannot see. If you love the person, why not? But let me advise a person who might be in my situation: be marriageable. She told me, I'm not married because you are blind. I'm married because of the man I see inside you. So she's not marrying my disability, she's marrying me. So this is to advise anyone in my condition: be marriageable. So baby,
so just it's similar to what my husband has said. Like he said that be marriageable. Like I will have to read that do not marry for pity. Like if you see somebody and you want to get married to that person, and maybe because the person is on wheelchair, the person is blind or something, and you just want to go ahead and marry the person, and this person has different kind of bad characters and all of those things, do not go for it, because at the end of the day you found out that you are marrying this person because of his condition, and at the end of it will not reach anywhere. So my advice is be marriageable. Marry somebody that is marriageable, good character, apart from the love.
And a man with vision.
Yes, a man with vision, a man that knows what he wants and what he wants to achieve. Yes, so that's what I would advise whosoever that is in this condition. It's not only those who are
even ladies who are in this condition.
Generally,
generally, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. It's beautiful listening to your story, and then your advice made it all better. Thank you so much. God bless you. Keep you guys safe and answer all your own answered prayers in Jesus' name. That's my wishes for you.
Thank you, Lucky.
So,
thank you.
At this point, can we wave to the viewers and tell them bye?
Bye.